Don't play with it, don't play with it, don't play with it. Don't play with it. I just want a roughneck nigga on the tongue. You just wanna send me automatic with a drum. Ask me if I'm finished now.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm iMovie, aka Maya, and today I am back with another video. As you can see by the title, today I'm going to be showing you how I get this flawless install of this Amazon wig. Yes, I said Amazon wig. I got the wig from Amazon. The link to the wig will be in the description. This is their 13x4 lace front wig. This is a 12-inch a 12-inch Brazilian human hair wig. I believe it was 180% density. I don't know if I said that right. Anyways, this is what the finished outcome is going to be, obviously. So this is what I'm going to be showing you, how I got it to me, how I got this look. This hair is super duper full. I think the only problem that I have with it, well, it's not really a problem, it's just the back of the hair. It's the shrinkage of the hair. So I feel like it's kind of like how my actual hair is, or it used to be when I used to wear it out. How I constantly pull on like the nape of the neck and like try to frame it like this, because with me moving my head around and then like the hair being curly and then shrinking, the hair will go back up and it looks something more like this. So it's, both of them is fine. I just prefer this look. I feel like it frames my face a little better. But other than that, hair super soft, super shiny, super defined. Like, y'all, look at these curls. And that part too, I'm going to show you how to get this shine definition. We're bleaching the knots, we're plucking the hair, everything that I did, I'm going to be showing you how to do it and how to get this look. And it's all beginner friendly. So if you want to see how I got this look, keep watching to the end. If you guys are new to the channel, even if you guys are not new to the channel, make sure to like this video. If you guys give this video a thumbs up, that would be such a big help to a growing YouTuber like me, or a creator as well like me. Also, be sure to subscribe to the channel if you are new, or if you are not new and you've been watching my videos, you definitely need to subscribe. But anywho's, be sure to subscribe to my channel so you can join our community and join the babes, because baby, it's about to be summertime and this is the perfect summertime hair. You're not going to want to miss out on any of the summertime content that I got planned and that I got coming out. Lastly but not least, be sure to hit that notification bell so you can be notified whenever I drop a video, because this summer we coming in hot. So I'm gonna need you to go ahead and hit that notification bell so you could be on time when I drop a video. Thank you, and I will see you guys at the end. So let's go ahead and open up the wig. Well, look how they sent me the wig. Like, I know it's supposed to be like a short bob type of thing, but yeah, why they packaged it like a little burrito? This is how it came. So I always love it when they send like a bag like this, because sometimes they won't send a bag. I guess it just depends on the person you're buying from. So we have a headband that I will not be wearing. I guess like the measurements of the hair, 2 wig caps, seller of the hair. I don't actually know how to pronounce it. I know how it was spelled. I'll like probably put it right here or something like that for you guys, but don't worry that, you know, I didn't say the name and stuff like that. The link to the hair and all the products that I'm going to be using today will be down in the description box. So if you guys want to check that out, feel free to. All the links will be provided for you guys during this tutorial. Okay, hold on, y'all. So first of all, it comes with this little net. I also like to keep the nets too. Believe it or not, I do. I like to keep the nets because it makes it easier to store it when you take the wig off. Trust me. So they have this little thingy. We're going to be keeping this for this wig install, guys, for this tutorial. Keep this thingy that comes in the wig, and I'll show you why later. The hair is really nice and soft. Okay. Uh-oh. So some hairs are already starting to come off, but I'm pretty sure after we go ahead and wash the hair and things of that nature and just detangle it, I'm pretty sure that it won't be like shedding like that. Okay, it doesn't stink. That's one thing I also like to look out with the hair. And then this is the lace. It is a full 13x4 lace front wig. Has like this natural hairline type of thing going on, kind of like a widow's peak type of thing. I usually don't see that very often, so it's actually kind of true to what it says with it being a 13x4 lace front wig. That's so important when like doing a wig install, because look at all this space. Look at all this space. And I know this part kind of doesn't, like at the end, it kind of doesn't look like it's a lot of space, but you got to think like that part is not really going to be there, because we're going to cut that off, because usually it goes like way past here. We're not even going to be using this like extra corner. It's going to be like somewhere up in here. So that's a lot of space, guys. So that's also good. So let's go ahead, start prepping this wig so we can get this wig installed.
Okay guys, so before we start with the install, we're going to start with bleaching the knots on the wig first. So what you're going to need is some 40 developer, some BW2, and you're going to need a toothbrush or a, brush. I'm using a toothbrush because I don't know where my brush is. So I start off with 2 scoops of the B2W powder, or BW2, I think it's B2W powder. And then I'm going to go ahead and add in my developer. Now for the developer, you're going to want a really thick consistency, but not too thick to where it's you're not able to kind of press it into the knots, because you want to be able to get the top of the knots and the bottom of the knots. So you want it to be kind of like it's this toothpaste consistency. And I would start doing it little by little just to be safe and, make sure it's not runny. So when you're applying the cream or the bleach, what you're gonna do is you're gonna just go ahead and apply a little bit, and you're gonna just start by kind of just smearing it along the lace and then pressing it in gently. So you don't want to press it in too hard, because you don't want it to seep down into the actual hair, and then you end up over bleaching your knots, and then you have these like blonde orange roots. So what it's gonna look like after you're done, it's gonna look like a little helmet, right? And you're gonna keep that little piece that we said to keep earlier, put under there, and you're gonna wait about 10 to 20 minutes. I would make a max of 40, but for this wig I only did 20. So when I came back to check the wig, the way that I knew that it was ready was by checking the front of the hair, which I could clearly see that the knots were bleached, and I scraped the bottom and seen that it had an orangish tint. Once you see that orangish tint, that means that the hair is bleached and it's ready to be rinsed. So I go ahead and rinsed out the wig, and as you can see, I want to show you guys how natural that's starting to look, and you can't see the knots anymore now, because they're a brown color. So to get rid of that orangish color is what I'm going to be showing you next. So I'm just going in with some regular VO5 or volume 5, I don't know how to pronounce that, shampoo, and just getting rid of that bleach residue, just to make sure that it doesn't stay in the hair and it doesn't, continue to bleach the hair while we're trying to style it. After that, I went ahead and just detangled it a little bit, just to get all that extra stray hairs out, or any shedding that it might have, any knots and tangles, just anything. We're just getting that hair ready. Then I'm going in with some Shimmering Lights purple shampoo, and I just drizzle a little bit of that on the lace, and I rub it in really, really good. I really try to work it in. I work it in the bottom of the lace, and I also go in the top of the lace, just to make sure we're getting both the top and the bottom of those knots. I also did the same method for this shampoo as well. We're going to also be letting this sit. I gave myself a bit, like 5 to 10 minutes. I think I did 10 minutes, but I just check in occasionally because sometimes, depending on the hair or depending on how long you bleached it, it just depends on what you like. So I would come in like 5 minutes, 10-minute intervals and check. After I came back, this is what it should look like. So it should still have like brownish tint, but it shouldn't be orange. So it should be brown, not orange. So as you can see, my hand is under there. So that's like to see, you know, when we put the wig cap on, the hair is just going to just look immaculate. Okay, it's gonna look amazing. So I'm going ahead and rinsing that off, brushing it through, making sure we're rinsing out that purple shampoo really nice, and just, you know, making sure everything is detangled as we go, making sure we're really gentle with the hair. So now on to the next step. After rinsing it out, giving it a nice good rinse and a nice squeeze, we're going to be moving on to the next step. Okay, that's just me showing it. But the next step is basically me conditioning the hair and making sure that it looks picture ready, of course. Now I'm going in with some silicone mix. Now this is something that I actually saw on TikTok to make it look really shiny and soft. So the silicone mix is to just deep condition and moisturize the hair, especially for curly hair. I heard it works really, really well. And then I'm also going to be going in with some, I believe that was Kiss semi-permanent hair dye. Now I got it in the color clear. Usually they use Adore crystal clear number 10, but they didn't have that one. And as you can see, guys, when I added those things, it looked already good. So after I had rinsed that out, and I forgot to say it, I left it on there for about like 10 minutes. After rinsing it out, we're going to be going ahead and plucking those knots. So if you guys remember what I said earlier in the video, it had a little bit of a widow's peak. So what I'm doing here is basically getting ready to remove that widow's peak, because I do not have that type of hairline. My hairline is just regular straight across. So I had to basically customize the lace, which is fine. And if you ever need to do this and you ever need to remove a big piece of hair and just a big chunk, you could always just kind of like pull it out if you do really small pieces. And as you can see, we are hot combing that hair all the way back, really getting in there and making sure that that hair is flat, and just making sure that it is pressed and all the way, we hot combed it all the way to the back. Okay, we don't want any hairs in the way. And when I get to plucking, I don't pluck that front line, that front piece, because it's already pre-plucked most of the time, and I pluck behind there. And the method that I am using to pluck my lace is the pluck and skip method, where it's basically where you pluck a certain area and then you skip a line, and then you go in the next area and you pluck at that for a second, and then you skip and repeat, right? So this is how I pluck all of my wigs. I have always been plucking my wigs like this. I have never strayed from this method, and this method works really, really well. The only thing you have to be careful of is you don't want to bald your lace. So this is what it looks like plucked, and this is what it looks like when it's not plucked. So plucked, not plucked, plucked, and that's what looks better. That's what we're going for, right? A really natural hairline. So this is the close-up that I want to show you guys. Now I recommend going in with some Spritz. You can use water, but I like to go in with Spritz at least twice to make sure that hair stays like sleek and just laid down, and it's not in my way, especially because I don't want my wig head getting wet for real. And I don't actually have a spray bottle with water. So this is just a close-up, and as you can see, guys, it does work. You just have to be patient. You just have to be patient. So once I'm ready to install, as you can see, the wig is already plucked. I already have my cornrows in. I look crazy, but we're gonna slay this in a minute. So I go in with some rubbing alcohol. The glue said to use soap and water, but the soaps that I have oil in it, so I feel like that defeats the purpose of trying to clean my forehead. So like I said, going in with some rubbing alcohol, and the glue that I'm going to be using in this, just in case you guys didn't know, is going to be some Bold Hold, but you can use any wig glue that you want. So I go ahead, I put on my wig cap or stocking cap, whatever you want to call this. I go ahead and cut the eyes out so I can see what I'm doing, because it's really hard to see out of that thing. And so I also go ahead and try to make sure that my sideburns are covered to the max, okay? I don't want any glue getting on my sideburns or on my hair. And also cut in some ear holes too. I was supposed to do that first. I don't know why I put the glue on there first, but that's fine. After putting one layer of glue on there, I'm gonna go ahead and start rubbing it in and just spreading it out into like an even layer. I didn't have like a popsicle stick or like a rat tail comb because the tails of my comb broke off, so I'm just using a makeup brush. And I think this is my second layer that I'm going in with, or maybe I'm just filling in gaps. So now when you cut your hair, I mean not your hair, your wig cap, it's going to look like a ghetto ski mask. You're just going to cut out the eyes so you can finally get that off your face. And basically what we're going to do for this wig cap or ball cap method is, instead of using some scissors, we're going to be using an eyebrow razor, and we're going to be pushing downwards and pulling the lace upwards. I feel like it's safer than cutting it straight across because you're less likely to cut yourself. Then I like to go in with some makeup that's kind of like a little shade to maybe a shade or two darker than me. This gives it a more natural install when you're installing your wig. And as you can see, now I'm just measuring where everything needs to go. I already pre-measured where my middle part was, so that's how I can tell where I need to put my wig at. And I'm just seeing where I'm going to be cutting my ear flaps. So we're going to cut those pieces off, that extra flab of lace, and making sure that it fits behind our ear perfectly and comfortably, and making sure that we didn't cut it too high, we didn't cut it too low. I would always recommend cutting it lower than what you think you need, because you never know, you know, because once you cut it off, you can't get it back. So I put a little bit of makeup on the bottom as well. And you want to go ahead and just go ahead with your, this is I think the third layer, or I think the second maybe, layer of bold hold glue. And we're going to be applying that and, you know, just smearing that in evenly. You want to make sure that glue is even, because, you know, if it's not even, it's not going to dry even. And if it's not fully dried all the way, then you're going to be waiting long. Just do it evenly. So I forgot to film this part, but this is how I laid and made sure my lace was melted. I smushed that lace into my head, okay? I do not just comb it in, I smush it in. I press it down, I smudge it, everything. So that lace is not moving. And as you can see, when I am removing the lace, I cut it into pieces so that it's easier for me to remove that lace. And as you can see, I did the same method that I did for my ball cap. I'm going to use that same method to cut that lace. And as you can see, even though it's giving a little bit of a white cast, baby, ain't no lace right there. Let's be real. So just in case there's glue underneath that lace, especially on the perimeter of where you cut, just go ahead and press it down with a comb or a finger, anything. But I prefer to use a comb. Then I like to go in and I like to just put a little bit, just a little bit of makeup on the lace, just to give it a little bit of tint for real, because it wasn't even that far from my actual skin tone. Like, you know, I haven't got my tan yet, so I can kind of slide with it. Then I go ahead and I go in with some Spritz. You can use EBIN spray or you can use Spritz. It's either or. I've seen people use 100 different things, but I like to use Spritz. Now you're gonna have to be quick with this and not add too much, because it does have alcohol in it. And as you know, alcohol can lift up and loosen the lace glue. So you're gonna be quick with this. Just take your finger, dap it on there, and go ahead and add on your wig band. And you're going to let that sit for at least about 10 to maybe 15 minutes. Not that long, just until it dries. So when it's time to do the edges, I like to go ahead and just separate some and section out some based on how I like my edges in like real life. So after separating the edges, you can hot comb them downwards if you need to, but sometimes I just skip that step and I just get to cutting. And I cut it at an angle. As you can see, I cut it where my eyebrow is because I want it right above my eyebrow. I like dramatic edges, so that's why my edges always look like really fluffy and really long and take up most of my forehead, because I just like the dramatic edge look. And as you can see, when I do my edges, my fluffy edges look, I I take the flat irons, I curl the hair upwards, and I'm going to be taking some styling wrap mousse, I believe that's what it's called, and putting a little bit of that mousse onto the hair. So you don't want to put it on the lace, you want to put it on the hair, because you don't need to put it on the lace. We don't need to do nothing with the lace. We're trying to style our edges. You're gonna comb the hair in the direction that you want it to. Now when this hair dries, it's gonna dry kind of like crunchy, but once it dries, comb the hair out. Just comb it in the direction that you had it, and it's gonna give it the most gorgeous fluffy look you have ever seen. And after I style my edges the way I want to, I pretty much just added a little bit of mousse and a little bit of conditioner to the actual hair. If you guys want to see how I styled or, you know, did all that extra stuff, you know, just like putting the conditioner stuff on there, I do have another short video on TikTok that you can see. But as you can see, this is just all I did. Just literally mousse, wrapped it up when it was time for it to dry, let it dry, take off the scarf, brush the edges out, and the edges were so cute, guys.
Okay, you guys, so as you can see, this is the final result. I already showed y'all in the beginning what it was gonna be and what it was gonna give, and baby, it's giving. It gave for sure. Y'all, I love this hair. This is a really, really good hair company. As I said before, like, the lace was true to size, the hair didn't stink, the hair doesn't shed. Very full, very soft hair, very manageable, easy to work with, easy to bleach, easy to pluck. Literally, like, no issues with this hair. The only thing that I would have done for myself, I probably should have got maybe like a 14-inch instead of a 12-inch. Or I don't know, I kind of like it. I don't actually mind doing this 100 times a day. I love the hair, really, really good quality hair. And we only paid, I think this was about $56.99, so a little bit under 60 bucks to get this good quality hair. Y'all, you can be a baddie on a budget, because you can definitely pay like 50 something dollars for a synthetic wig. If you can pay that for a synthetic, you can pay this for a human hair, and it's still good quality. Like, you don't have to break the bank to look good. So that's all I wanted to say. Like I said, be sure to give this video a thumbs up if you like the video and it helped you. It'll help me so we can help each other if you just hit the like button. Also, be sure to subscribe to the channel. I already told you why, so you could join our community, because our community is growing. So just go ahead and just subscribe, okay? You're gonna help yourself by doing so. Go ahead and hit that notification bell. That's just gonna go ahead and notify you whenever I drop a video, because you gonna want to be notified for the stuff like this, okay? Like this quality, this wig, this is a steal. Just go ahead and just hit the notification bell, okay? Just do yourself a favor, go ahead and hit the bell. And then lastly, this time, comment below if you guys have any questions. I always respond to my comments. Any comment, whether it's just a, you know what I'm saying, this is a nice video, or if it's an actual question. And if you guys have any questions, I will be happy to answer them in the comment section below. And let me know what you guys want to see next for our next hair tutorial or our next video. Just let me know in the comments what you guys want to see, and I'll be happy to provide it for you. And then that's gonna wrap up this video for today, guys. I think I've said all I needed to say. And yeah, I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye, babes. Mwah.